Hey everybody, in this video we're going to talk about the difference between mobility and flexibility. Now those terms often get interchanged and mixed up, and things you read and see online, the terms are getting crossed a lot, but there's a big difference between the two, and one is better than the other. So I want to clarify that for you in this video today. My name is Rob Drenning. I'm a physical therapist. Thank you for checking out the DIY Pain Relief channel. If you find this information helpful to you, please subscribe. I really appreciate you. So mobility and flexibility. Flexibility is defined as the ability to bend without breaking. That's the literal definition. It is the ability of your body to be taken into its end range position. Okay? Mobility is defined as the purposeful movement of your body through your day-to-day life. Okay, so there's one key difference. Flexibility is just the quantity, it's just how much motion you have. Flexibility is passive. Flexibility is how far you can move, how far you can bend forward until your legs get tight. It's that type of thing. It's the actual quantity of motion that you have. Mobility is purposeful movement. Mobility is active movement. Now the two are related, but there's subtle differences there, and the active and passive key is the main thing that separates the two. Now you can be flexible but not mobile, but most people who are mobile are also flexible. You need that passive mobility, but just because someone can take your leg and stretch it really far until you feel tightness in your hamstring, it doesn't mean that your muscles can generate enough force to also get through that range of motion and that same movement. Okay. Now in our day-to-day lives, what we see people doing for stretching is flexibility is passive holds, where you lean into a stretch, you hold it for 30 seconds, and you do that a few times. You go to these places that are available now where somebody else stretches you out. It's all very passive. But is there ever an activity in our day-to-day where we're doing the exact same position for 30 seconds? No, I mean, very rarely. But most of the time, no, we're not holding one position still where we feel that tension, especially at that end range of movement. But what we do is we bend down to pick up a sock from the floor and come back up. We go in and out of that stretch position during our day-to-day lives. And that's mobility, okay? Mobility is much more functional. Mobility is what you need to be able to have flexibility impact your daily life. If you're just doing passive stretching where you're holding for longer times, that's not enough. We need to do a mobility routine with more active movements because, yeah, it takes us through the end ranges of motion, but it's our own muscles doing that. And that's essentially strengthening them, getting them to learn to utilize that new range. Now, passive stretching, flexibility, it's not bad. I'm not saying that. Don't hear what I'm not saying. But it's not good enough. You need to supplement that with active mobility. I'll share a good 10-minute mobility routine for a total body that I love to do. I do it every day. But that is the key difference. It has to be more active, less passive. Mobility is better than flexibility. Mobility is what keeps you going for the long term to achieve your health goals. And I'll put another video together for the positive benefits of mobility and why we all need it in our lives. But those are the key differences. I hope that makes sense. I hope as you're looking at different routines online, you can now look at them critically and know, like, okay, yeah, this one's going to be good. No, that one's more passive stretching. I hope you find that information helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them for you. Thanks for tuning in.